Hey people, welcome back to another video. My name is Petter Pro, and this time, we're going for a walk and visiting the beautiful Limburg Cathedral. Let's check it out. There's a moment right in the middle of this bridge where everything just clicks. You look up and there it is, Limburg Cathedral. Sitting on top of a rocky, cliff towers reaching into the sky, the river flowing quietly beneath it, and for a second, you just stop, because no photo prepares you for how dramatic this actually looks in real life. I'm in Limburg an der Lahn, a small city in the German state of Hesse, sitting roughly halfway between Frankfurt and Cologne. And I have to be honest, I didn't really know what to expect coming here, but this view from the bridge, it immediately told me I was in the right place. The bridge itself has been here for centuries. Below it, the Lahn River moves, slow and calm. And above it, that cathedral watching over the city like it has for the past 800 years. Let's go. The old town of Limburg, the Altstadt, is one of those places that makes you feel like you've genuinely stepped back in time. As soon as you cross the bridge and enter the streets, the architecture wraps around you. Half-timbered houses, built centuries ago, lean slightly over the cobblestones, like they're curious about everyone passing beneath them. The colors, the textures, the layers of history on every single wall, it's a lot to take in. What I love about these old German towns is how lived in they still feel. This isn't a museum. People actually live here. There are shops, cafes, flower boxes in the windows. Real life happening inside these medieval walls. And as you walk further in, the streets start to climb. The cathedral keeps appearing between rooftops, glimpses of towers, a flash of that distinctive red and white stone pulling you upward like a magnet. That's where we're headed. Okay, here we are. Up close, Limburg Cathedral is even more impressive than it looks from the bridge. The official name is Dom St. Georg, St. George's Cathedral, and construction began around 1190, with the building consecrated in 1235, a masterpiece of the late 12th to early 13th century. What makes it architecturally unique is that it sits right on the transition between two styles, Romanesque and Gothic. You can actually see both in the same building: the rounded arches, the thick walls, the solidity of Romanesque design, but then also the beginning of those tall, pointed Gothic elements reaching upward. It's like the builders started in one era and finished in another. Walking around the right side, you start to appreciate just how much of this cliff the cathedral occupies. It doesn't just sit on top of the rock, it seems to grow out of it. The stone foundations blend into the natural limestone almost seamlessly, and then you reach the courtyard. I'll be honest with you, and I think this is important to say. When I arrived, part of me was a little disappointed. Some of the towers were covered in scaffolding. There was construction equipment, safety nets, hiding sections of the facade. Limburg Cathedral is currently undergoing restoration work, and depending on when you visit, you might find parts of it looking more like a construction site than a medieval monument. And yeah, first reaction, a little frustrating. You travel somewhere for the views, for those iconic shots, and then scaffolding gets in the way. But here's the thing, the more time I spent here, the more that feeling faded, because what was still visible, still completely open, completely present, was more than enough. The scale of this place, the details that centuries of weather and human hands have carved into every surface, you can't cover that up with scaffolding. And honestly, restoration work means this cathedral will still be standing for another 800 years. I can live with that. One thing I wasn't expecting from Limburg, the nature from up here around the cathedral, the views open up in every direction. You see the land valley stretching out below, the river making its slow curves through the landscape, forests climbing the hills on either side of the city. There's something about being up high, with old stone beneath your feet and that kind of view in front of you, that just quiets everything down. The city noise disappears. The modern world feels very far away. I stood here for a while, just looked, took it in. These are the moments that remind me why I travel. Not just to see the famous things, but to find these unexpected pockets of stillness in places I've never been before. Coming back around to the left side of the cathedral gives you a completely different perspective. Different light, different angles, different details catching your eye. The towers, even the ones partially covered, have this incredible presence. 7 towers in total on this cathedral. 7, each one slightly different. And when you're standing right underneath them, the scale is hard to fully comprehend. I kept stopping to look up. That's not something I do in a lot of places, but here, the architecture keeps demanding your attention upward. There's always something new to notice. A carved detail, a window, a shadow falling across the stone in a way it probably has every afternoon for the past 8 centuries. And then the inside. Walking through the main entrance of Limburg Cathedral, you cross from bright afternoon, sunlight, into something else entirely. It takes a moment for your eyes to adjust, and when they do, the space opens up in a way you don't quite expect from the outside. The nave stretches out ahead of you, rows of wooden pews leading the eye straight toward the altar. The light filters through stained glass windows in colors that shift and change depending on where you stand. Seriously, if you ever visit a Romanesque cathedral, look up the vaulted ceiling of Limburg Cathedral is extraordinary. These rounded arches, crossing and supporting each other in precise geometric patterns, carrying the entire weight of the structure above, and all of it built without modern engineering, without computers, without the tools we take for granted today. Moving toward the altar, the cathedral reveals more of itself on either side. To the left side chapels, smaller altars, carved stonework details that could each be a destination on their own. These side spaces have an intimacy that contrasts with the grand scale of the main nave. Quiet corners where the light is different, softer. To the right, the same. More chapels, more history layered on history. And then I turned and walked back out. Back through the nave, past the pews, toward that rectangle of daylight at the main entrance. And as I stepped back outside, back into the afternoon sun, back into the sounds of the city, I carried something with me from inside. I'm not a particularly religious person, but spaces like this remind me that humans have always needed beauty, have always needed places that feel larger than everyday life. And for hundreds of years, Limburg Cathedral has been exactly that for this city. Limburg an der Lahn surprised me. It's not on most tourist lists. It doesn't have the crowds of the famous German cities. It doesn't have a marketing campaign or 100 travel influencers recommending it. It has a bridge and a river, and a cathedral on a cliff that's been watching over this valley for around 800 years. If you're ever passing through central Germany and the Autobahn goes right by it, just stop. Give it a few hours. Walk across that bridge, climb those streets, go inside that cathedral, and look up. Some places just stop you in your tracks. Limburg is absolutely one of them. Thanks for watching until the end. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. It honestly helps the channel a lot and motivates me to keep making more videos for you guys. See you in the next one.